Running. Let it run for a bit. The easiest thing is, Mr. Smith, we understand that you've resigned your position as chairman of the Conservative Alliance of Zimbabwe. Could you explain your decision, please?
Well, in anticipation of this question, I have brought with me a short statement which I produced today. Let me read it to you. At the meeting of our caucus held on the 11th of March, I made it clear to my colleagues that it was my intention to stand down from the chair, and accordingly they were to give consideration to the choice of my successor. I was motivated to this decision by government's vindictive action in deceitfully associating our white electorate with my remarks concerning sanctions, and their insinuation that because of this, the loyalty of our white community was suspect. I publicly condemned government for this action, which I said was totally evil, and much as one would wish to resist this kind of blackmail, subjecting our already harassed white community to still more of this blatant racialistic intimidation and recrimination is a price which I believe cannot be entertained. I'm happy to say that Mr. Mark Partridge has been elected to the chair as my successor, and I believe that his long experience in the political field, which is 25 years as a Member of Parliament and 14 years as a Minister of Government, with this he is well equipped to deal with the demanding challenge which we're facing. I give him my warm best wishes, and I'm sure he will have the support of all of those wonderful people who have stood by us over the years. To tie in with his election, and in order to facilitate the task which lies ahead, I have decided to stand down as president of our party, and have asked Mr. Partridge, who is a deputy president of the party, to assume the position of acting president pending the holding of our next Congress, where the position can be formalized. And finally, I just want to say it is interesting to note that in spite of their protestations to the contrary, our government has accepted my advice on sanctions and have backed down from implementing their plan. When one is confronted with committing national suicide, then discretion becomes the better part of political expediency. That gives it to you in a nutshell.
Sure. Mr. Smith, do you intend to retire from politics?
No, not completely. I am still a Member of Parliament, and I have constituents to represent. I think it would be wrong just to walk out on them. And that is one of the things which I think must be pointed out to government about the action they have taken against me. Not only are we satisfied that it is illegal and unconstitutional, they are putting electors of this country in a situation where, if they succeed in what they want to do, they will be subjecting them to a period of 12 months without a representative to speak on their behalf in Parliament.
So you intend to carry on fighting your suspension from Parliament?
At the moment, that is the position. We are still taking legal advice, but at this stage it looks as though the government are in the wrong.
What do you think that will happen to the CAZ now?
I think it will continue. You know, it is the only political party which represents the white voters of this country. It is the only political party which really represents what white people, whether they support us or not, fundamentally believe in. And that is the free enterprise system and multi-party democracy. So very clearly, there is a place for this kind of organization.
You've said in the past that Robert Mugabe will no longer talk to you. Do you believe that he'll now talk to the new chairman of the CAZ?
Well, I think we'd have to wait and see that. I believe he may do with him what he did with me, that is talk to him, until the new incumbent stands up to him and disagrees with him, as I did. And then I have a feeling that the same situation will develop, because these people who believe in this Marxist-Leninist one-party philosophy resent it when people disagree with them, and they are opposed to constructive criticism. That's the sad scene in which we find ourselves.
How do you think your white supporters will cope with this? Do you not feel that you've let them down in some ways by resigning, or do you?
I don't think so. I think they're very sensible, realistic people. They have been through a lot, the white people of this country, and been subjected to tremendous pressures. And after enduring the kind of situation they've been through for a number of years now, I think they've learned to take this kind of buffeting, this kind of shock, if you want to call it that. And I think they will ride it. I think they understand what is happening.
Mr. Smith, could I ask you just one more thing quickly? The 4 white farmers that were killed on Saturday at Samabolo, can you give me your feeling on that, on the security situation in particular, and on is it worsening? Is it getting better? Or what is the position in the Midlands and in Madabeleland?
I'm sorry to have to tell you that the situation is deteriorating. This sort of thing was confined first of all to the western borders of Madabele. And then it spread right through Madabele. It is now in the Midlands and spreading further into the eastern part of the Midlands, around places like Hunters Road and Kwekwe. There are farmers there who will tell you that there are places there where there are almost daily sightings of these people. And although they are reported, nothing happens. There have been quite a few farmers over the last few months murdered east of the Shangani River, which was previously the Madabeleland border. Once you cross that river, you move into the Midlands. Farmers have been murdered there. I'm sorry to have to say that while government has talked a lot about what they're going to do, they don't seem to have been very successful. I don't think I have heard of a single instance where the people who have committed these crimes, these dreadful murders, have been apprehended. Now, another thing, the farmers in this new area have been asking for more protection and to be issued with the old FN automatic, which gives them some protection. They have not received these yet. The reply, I'm told, has always been, well, we don't think the situation is sufficiently serious. If it does deteriorate, we will issue them to you. But I think it is sad that we have to wait until innocent people are murdered before they are given the things with which to protect themselves. So I must tell you that the farmers in that area are deeply concerned. And I'm sorry to have to say that the position is not improving, it is deteriorating.
Do you think that there is any likelihood that the security situation could deteriorate to the level of Mozambique?
Well, I would hope not. And certainly I don't allow my imagination to stretch that far, because that would mean we've virtually lost the country. But I am concerned about government complacency over terrorism, which is certainly moving right through Madabeleland and has now come into the Midlands. And the farmers there will tell you that it is continuing to move east towards Mshono. And there is this concern that government doesn't seem to be able to cope. It doesn't seem to be making sufficiently energetic measures to cope with it, and isn't even prepared to work with the farmers and assist them to protect themselves. They are very happy to do this. As you know, they did for many years, but they are not getting cooperation from the government.
Mr. Smith, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay.